Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Bald Father Bets. We're giving you our NFL final thoughts on Week 3 video. We're going to add 2 picks to our college football Saturday slate. Well, 1 pick to our college football Friday slate and 1 pick to our college football Saturday slate as well. But first, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, notifications on, so you know when we post. Sometimes we do close up until kickoff. Make sure your notifications are on for community posts as well, so you get our halftime plays and then anything we can't make a video for. And also, show the video some love. Like, comment, share it around. Let me know what your guys' thoughts were on NFL Week 3. In our video yesterday for college football wrap-up Week 4, I forgot to do a recap of Monday night, so I'll do that quickly. We had the Lions at plus 5.5 for 3 units. That was a win, with the Lions winning outright. Little scary there when it was 21-14, but I mean, all in all, the Lions dominated that game. 224 rushing yards to, I think, 86 rushing yards. That's very difficult to do to a Baltimore team in Baltimore. I think it showed a little bit more about the Lions than it did about Baltimore, but there are some things that we're concerned about when it comes to Baltimore, and we're going to talk about that in our recap video now. So let's get into overall NFL. What really stood out to us from this past week? We seem to have a trend here with the Browns defense that is matching more towards 2023 results than 2024 results. So if you guys remember 2023 Browns defense, especially when at home, I'm sorry, you guys, I have a very intense infection, so that's why I'm all nasally. The Browns defense when at home was one of the most elite units in the 21st century. Away from home, not quite as much. I'm very curious to see that. But you now have Browns who have played the Bengals when they had Joe Burrow and held them to 7 yards in the second half, and just held this Packers team to 10 points and really delivered them the win because they got the turnover that set them up with the touchdown and got the turnover that set them up with the field goal and got the blocked special teams, got the blocked field goal that set them up to be able to get 1 first down and kick the field goal the other way. They are a tough out for anyone, no matter how good they are, if they can play defense like that. Really liked what we saw there. Vikings, we told you guys this Vikings team is better with Carson Wentz at quarterback than J.J. McCarthy at quarterback. J.J. is just simply not ready to be an NFL starter yet. So their power rating actually increases with Carson Wentz in versus J.J. in. If they keep winning games like they did, Kevin O'Connell's going to have a decision to make once JJ gets healthy. I don't think it'll be an easy one because they invested so much into JJ as a first-round pick. But he can't make the same throws. You know, that was like JJ's never been able to make all the throws, right? So he can't make the same throws that Carson can. Carson also will throw you 7 interceptions in a game and lose said game. So it really is going to need to be seen, like, what is this Vikings team as they continue to move on and go through the season. Chargers are a wagon. That's 3 division wins. I cannot stress how big of a deal that is, guys. They have played 3 games. They're 3-0. All 3 games were in the division. They only have 3 division games left. The worst they can do is go 500 in their division if they lost every single one, and we all know they're not going to lose every other remaining division game they have. That is massive because the tiebreakers that it then impacts for what they're going to end up getting in terms of playoff seeding is huge. Harbaugh's a very, very difficult head coach to beat. Sean Payton played him well. They covered the spread. Thought the Broncos played well, actually. It's just that team is difficult to beat. I still don't like what I'm seeing out of the Eagles. That was more of a Rams collapse in the second half to me than an Eagles win. The Rams should have had that game. Sean McVay at one point was 42-0 in games that he had a halftime lead in. He had a 19-7 lead in this one at halftime, and then a 26-7 lead in the third quarter, and he lost this game, which is a wild, wild stat. I'm still a believer in the Rams as long as Stafford's healthy. And I have questions about this Eagles team. I'm very curious to see if they sign CJGJ now that he was cut from the Texans. CJGJ's most two recent, he was with the Eagles, then he was with the Lions, then he was with the Eagles last year when they won the championship. So depending on what happens with waivers and all that stuff, I haven't looked today to see if anyone claimed him. I would expect that he would re-sign with the Eagles I think they need him. I think they need him in that secondary. Just wasn't working out with him in Houston. Speaking of Houston, still concerns from CJ. They should have won that game. They were driving in to score, to kick a last-second field goal win, score a touchdown win, whatever. Fumbled the ball. Jaguars got it back, scored a touchdown going the other way, and they lost. But they're still concerned with CJ Stroud. Just looks off compared to how he's been up until this point in his career. In that evening window, Chiefs got a win. For one quarter there, they kind of looked like they flipped the switch on offense and was moving down. Patrick Mahomes is amazing. There's no question about it. It was pretty funny, though, with all the accusations of Collinsworth just absolutely gawking over Mahomes and Allen. Mahomes threw that backwards pass that was a fumble, and it was a terrible pass by him. And then he gets in and recovers it, and the first thing that Collinsworth says is, "Oh my God, what a job by Mahomes!" And it was like, okay, we got to acknowledge that the backwards pass was a terrible throw, and that's why it was a fumble. But anyway, it was funny. Giants had opportunities though. Like the game was there for the Giants to win that, 22-9. They got down to the goal line multiple times. They scored no touchdowns, kicked 3 field goals. I don't think the Chiefs have everything fixed yet, and I don't think they're going to have everything fixed yet until they get some of their playmakers back, Worthy and Rice. And really what the Chiefs need the Dolphins to keep losing and be willing to trade Tyreek Hill for like a 5th rounder. That's really what the Chiefs need. Because then if they have Worthy, Rice, Tyreek Hill in, Thornton, who's shown up big with both Worthy and Rice being out. And then the tight ends, and I'm not mainly talking about Kelsey, I'm mainly talking about the other one. His name escapes me right now. That's a very viable offense and passing attack. Then Monday night, it's pretty hard to ignore what the Lions did. A little bit of concern with regards to the Ravens. Mainly, they had concerns to start the year on defense last year. Run defense, though, they were number 1. It was their passing concerns. Now, I understand they were missing key defensive players, mainly at D-tackle, outside linebacker, and one in the secondary. I don't know if that's the difference between 224 yards and like stopping the Lions from running. We also need to acknowledge, though, the Lions may have 2 second-year and rookie guards who just are that good, and they're going to be able to run it well, and they haven't dropped a beat from last year. Curious. We'll see how that all works out, but really liked what I saw from them. Excited for this next week. We have some banger matchups, mainly Chiefs-Ravens. That line at 2.5 stretching out potentially to 3 in a few books. And that's the Chiefs being a 3-point underdog at home. We had that Lions offense that I just talked about going up against that Browns defense that I talked about earlier today. Earlier in this video, that's a really intriguing matchup. Thursday night is an intriguing matchup because all teams in the NFC West are 2-1 or 3-0. So yeah, we got a lot of opportunities here for some good stuff. We'll get at you, obviously, with our videos Thursday night for tomorrow's pick and then Sunday for NFL football. But appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We got one more day till football, and then we got another Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday slate of games. So, again, enjoy. Stay safe out there. We'll get you tomorrow for Thursday night football.